This first case articles on the go feature is titled, To Flip or Not to Flip? That is the question. Written by Paul Wafer, BS, MBA, RN. For those of you unfamiliar with the term, flipping rooms means providing a surgeon with 2 rooms so that they can start the next case without downtime for room turnover. Typically, this means 2 teams of nurses and 2 anesthesia providers. The surgeons really love it, but is it economically feasible? I'm frequently asked whether or not it makes sense to flip rooms for a surgeon. The answer to this question is a definite, it depends. Here are a few tips to help you determine whether or not you should consider flipping rooms for a surgeon and what criteria your decision should be based upon. Rule 1. Require a minimum volume of cases scheduled in a day in order to get a flip room. One of the most important variables is how many cases can be done in a day and how consistent the surgeon is in bringing enough volume to fill a day. Rule 2. The amount of time for the procedure must be consistent and predictable. How consistent the surgeon is with the time it takes to do the procedures must be well understood. Rule 3. The time it takes to do the procedure from incision to closure should be close to the amount of time it takes to get the patient out of the room, get the room turned around, the next patient in the room, anesthetized and positioned. For example, it can take over an hour to close, turn around, prep, and position a total joint patient in a room, and the procedure itself can take an hour to an hour and a half with an efficient surgeon. A cataract turnaround can take 15 to 20 minutes, the same time it takes to do the procedure. You do not want a room and a team sitting around waiting to get started. Rule 4. You need to have enough instruments and equipment to be able to furnish both rooms throughout the day. If you have to move equipment back and forth between rooms or compromise sterility through immediate use steam sterilization, it's better to stay in the same room. Rule 5. There must be a qualified assistant that can close the incision in one room and assist with getting the patient into PACU. While the assistant is finishing up, the primary surgeon can be checking the next patient and helping them get positioned properly, etc. Rule 6. The criteria for flipping rules must be written, communicated, and consistently enforced. The bottom line is that flipping can provide a level of efficiency that can be quite impressive, and it can assist both the surgeon and the hospital to make the best use of available resources when managed properly. If not done properly, room and resource utilization will be compromised. Proper communication of the requirements and expectations for room flipping will help make it a positive experience for everyone in the department. As always, thanks for listening to this episode of First Case Articles on the Go.